Good morning, everybody. Making sure that everyone, I've given you enough time to go live. All right, so looks like we've got a few people here. I just need to. God, they've cluttered up the screen on this app so badly now that I can hardly see any of the comments anymore. Hi, Tish. Hi, Anne. Hi, Laurie. Hi, Joanne. And good morning, everybody. I'm going to get this prompt to share my referral link. I don't actually really want to do that, but I'm going to do it just to get it off the screen. So, so bear with me. This is not, take no notice of this. I just need to get it off the screen. Okay. Oh no, it hasn't gone yet. How annoying. Hi, Mary Lou. All right, look, that's a pain. I don't know what that's about. I don't know how to get rid of it now. All right, I'm going to have to seriously look at ways of figuring out how to use a different app because I can't see anyone's comments anymore. All right, welcome everybody. We are here in Newcastle and our timing is immaculate. It looks like the rubbish collection truck that's been here for about 5 minutes now is just about ready to pack up and go. Good morning, how are you? Coffee time.
Yes.
I'm glad you finished. I've just started.
Sorry?
I'm glad you finished. I'm live streaming, but you're making a lot of noise.
Oh, sorry about that. Well, you can see what the garbage do in the morning. We get a lot of complaints in the morning.
You've got to do your job. I understand. Enjoy your coffee. All right. They've finished. That's good. I'm going to cross the road here. We are going to walk up this street. Sorry, I'm a little bit flustered by all that noise and the annoying link that I'm getting on my screen, and I can't see your comments because of it. Laurie says, don't know what everyone else is talking about. No, sorry, Laurie, I've got it kind of... Okay, the trials and tribulations. Let's, before we begin, take a breath. Take a breath. We're here in Newcastle. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge that we meet today on the traditional lands of the Awabakal and pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. And I apologise to everybody if I don't get to your comments, but my screen is now so cluttered that I actually can't see them. All I can see is greetings. So I can see that someone just greeted Cynthia. So hi, Cynthia. Good morning. And looks like Walpuri is here. So good morning, Walpuri. Let's turn this camera around. I really need to sort this out. Dear, oh dear. Okay. We are going now to the back camera. There we go. So we're in the street of Newcastle, just slightly to the east of the city. If I look down this street here, we can actually see the glow of the sky, and just beyond that is the beach. So Newcastle Beach is just over there. But we're going to walk in this direction. We're going to walk past the cathedral and then down to the cafe strip. And the reason I'm starting here in this street, which is Bolton Street, is that we discovered another Adnate mural, which is actually quite spectacular. And just before we get to that, I'll just show you a couple of these lovely old buildings. So first of all, we've got this courthouse chambers here that dates from 1898, and that I imagine is where the lawyers would have all been based. And then right next to it, I'm guessing that this is some kind of a mercantile building. And the historic photos have been installed in all the windows. It's called David Cohen and Co. So this here, you might be able to see the murals, which allude to, I guess, the function of this building back in the day. So we've got images of people unloading, warehouse images, there's shipping images all up the front of this building here. Let me see if I can find, there's Ronnie Lynn's made a comment. Let me see if I can see what Ronnie Lynn says. Hi, Ronnie Lynn, and you're just making greetings. Fantastic. And Sorry. Walpuri says, I always thought that Newcastle is in England. There's lots of Newcastles, in fact, Walpuri, and the reason for the name of this city here is, in fact, because of the common connection. So it's a coal and steel town. Just about to walk past a stinky garbage truck. Coal and steel city, and which is basically the same as Newcastle in England. So we've got those ties. But what we're coming to here is this beautiful Adnate mural on the side of this building, which is a car park. Let's show you this. So his murals in the main usually feature Indigenous people, and we have this young child here. Absolutely gorgeous. And if we look up towards the top, you can see that it features sort of landscape and sky above the mural. That is our wonderful Matt Adnate, one of our best mural artists, I would say, in Australia. Absolutely beautiful. I think the date says 2016, but I can't be certain. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to see comments. Make the cute coffee guy come back. Hi, Jay. I'm literally seeing line by line. I've got to scroll through line by line. Walpuri was a joke. Is that what you're referring to, Newcastle? This is not going particularly well, is it? If I've got to slow down and scroll through the comments like this. Tish says, wow, that's impressive. It really is. And I missed a comment from Walpuri. I would so much want to visit Australia in person. Hopefully one day you will be able to, Walpuri. I would love to welcome you here. Okay, let's keep walking. I'm going to head up now to the end of the street. We'll turn the corner and we're going to go past the beautiful Christ Church Cathedral. So let's go. I'm going to keep apologising for missing your comments because of the way my screen looks. So I'm going to have to find a way of getting away from this particular app and finding a good alternative. As some of you know, I do use Prism for the other channel, but I can't link both of them without a professional account. So that's why I'm using this app for this channel, and I use Prism for the other channel. We've got a lovely old pub here. We haven't actually been here and explored it, but we would like to. So one day we'll come down and actually investigate, see what this one is like on the inside. So you can see on the balcony level, once upon a time in the olden days, those balconies would have just been one long veranda, but now you've got separation walls for each of the rooms up there. Lovely looking old hotel. It's called the Grand, and typical colonial era construction. Okay. Ronnie Lynn says, gorgeous. Hi, Dawn, you found me. Dawn, just use the link on the calendar to find me on Wednesdays. It's the easiest way. I always use the live stream events channel for Where Am I Wednesday. The rest of my events are always on Explore with Lynn. But I'm glad you found me and welcome. Good morning. All right, we've got a small climb up a hill and then we'll come to the Christ Church Cathedral, which is the landmark that we've seen on several of my events, looking across the hilltops from various locations around the city. And next week I intend to come back and show you the inside of it. At the moment, it has been, what would you say, dressed down for Lent. So many of the artifacts are covered with the cloth, and there's no flowers. But here we are. This is just coming up to the Christchurch Cathedral now. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Lynn. Lovely to see you. Okay. So we're heading up Church Street. If I look down the street, you'll see, so I'm just watching for traffic. Walk out in the middle of the road. Just out there, there's the sea between the palm trees, between the pine trees. So there's the sea behind us. So yes, I'm going to be scheduling to come back and have a look through the inside of this magnificent cathedral. It has so many interesting aspects to it that are unique, that I've never seen anywhere else. But we'll wait until after Easter to come back and see it in all its glory. There was a nice glow in the sky in the distance. Yeah, there was. Dawn. Okay. As I said, I was just catching up with comments because I can only see one line at a time at the moment. And here we have the really imposing Christchurch Cathedral. Just to give you a sneak peek of what we can expect to see inside the cathedral, there are kneeling cushions. Kneeling cushions for each individual seat, and they're all hand cross-stitched or tapestry. And apparently the 500 cushions were all done by just 2 women. And one of them is 90 years old now. She doesn't tapestry anymore, but she will do the repairs. So I'm really, really looking forward to showing you the beautiful tapestry cushions, kneeling cushions. Nice quote, Tish. Every fortress is our God. All right, so it actually is like a crenellated, fortified style. You can see along this outer wall here. Looks more like a fortress or a castle than a church. And then down here in the front, I won't spend too much time here because we're coming back next week. But this is a memorial to fallen soldiers. And this is the War Widows' Lawn of Remembrance. And we'll spend more time looking at that when we come back next week. But also, in front of the church, we have each paver has a name on it. And when I come back next week, we'll spend a little bit more time having a look at the 2 benches. There's significance to the 2 benches here, as well as the plaque on the wall. All right. So that's just to give you a little bit of a taste of what we're going to be coming back to see when we return to see the inside of the Christchurch Cathedral. And then over here is an old bell tower. And another feature that's recognised on one of the tapestries inside the church, one of the kneeling cushions. But here we go. It's a rather splendid building. Let me just see what Ronnie Lynn's saying. Oh, Ronnie Lynn's put a heart there. And Dawn says, looks amazing against the sky. It does, doesn't it? Look at that. All right, so that's to tempt you all to come back and see, keep an eye out for the Christchurch Cathedral tour. I just need a really good picture of it, and then I'll schedule it for one day next week. And there's a school across the road. Okay, so we're going to head down the hill. I'm just trying to work out which is the best side of the road to be doing that on. There's a bus going to Broadmeadow coming down the road. We have some lovely old terrace houses here we're going to be walking past first of all. I think I might cross the road and get a better view of these old terraces from the other side. Let's see, it might be best to cross about here. I've done something to my ankle and I'm limping a little bit. So head signal, what's going on? Just buffered slightly for me. Apologies if that affected anything. What kind was Skippy? Well, poor you asking me about kangaroos. Skippy was an eastern grey kangaroo. Is that the question you're asking me? So you can see we're actually halfway down a rather steep hill. So there's the hill from that way. And then this is looking down towards Hunter River down there. I don't know if you can see that. But we've got the river down there. And then we have this row of terrace houses with their chimney pots on top. Is this in Newcastle? Yes, it is, Dawn. Just another aspect of Newcastle we haven't seen this part of town previously. So, of course, being in April, we are in the middle months of autumn. We don't get a lot of autumn trees in Newcastle. The street trees along here are some kind of magnolia, and then we're seeing a lot of frangipanis in the front gardens of these townhouses. Here we have some of the older terrace houses across the road. And another garbage truck. It's obviously garbage truck morning. I'm going to have to stop doing Where Am I Wednesday because it's obviously garbage morning. I'll find another day to do it. Okay, we're going to walk across the road again. This is going to be a bit of a zigzag tour, isn't it? We'll walk across the road again and see what sort of a view we get from the top of these steps. There's another church up there. I believe that is, I think it's St Mary's. I believe it's a Catholic church. And then over here, again, we're actually looking across towards Stockton over there. I don't know if you can see that. Let's have a look from here, from the top of the steps. You're right.
I know, sorry, I'm just here to direct my
Oh, I see.
pedestrians like yourself.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'm not going to go down that way. So we can see the river down there, the Hunter River, and we're looking across to Stockton where we took the ferry to a few weeks ago. And what's this long comment? Let me see. Walpuri says, remember Skippy is Good, but I'm sorry, Walpurgi, I'm not sure. He was my hero along with Pippi Longstocking and the Moomins. Skippy and Pippi. Okay. You guys must be having another conversation and I'm not really sure what you're talking about. And I don't know what this rock is about either. But look, it's what? It's a seat. Okay. Must come from somewhere. Must belong to something. All right, so the reason we're heading down to Derby Street is that it is the main cafe strip in Newcastle with all the trendy cafes and some lovely restaurants. And there's a little bit of street art action down there as well. So I chose this direction so that we'd be coming at the street art from the city end, which is where we get the best angles. So we'll be down there very shortly. And here we have some melaleucas, the lovely paperbark trees. And it looks like their flowering is just finishing. They get a soft cream coloured flower, a bit like the bottle brush. We can hear the rain. And the sirens. A fair bit of sirens. This is a very steep street. Look at this. Okay, just holding my camera straight. And now to look down the bottom of the hill, we have to go like this. It's really hard to get an idea of how steep it is. I don't know why Australians choose to go straight down hills. Fairly sure in Europe they tend to navigate across them to take out the extreme angle of descent. So up this end of town, it's more later era. I'd probably put these apartments at around about the 1970s, perhaps 1980s. And then we have some more modern apartments alongside. My theory on the development of Newcastle as a whole is that it was largely saved by the fact that it was largely working class for a very long time. And it's only recently that people have come into Newcastle with money and ideas of refurbishing and knocking down houses and rebuilding them. So kind of missed that whole period in Sydney, or that Sydney went through. Another garbage truck, where everything was being knocked down and rebuilt. So more of the older buildings have been preserved, which is a really good thing. Look at this. This is cute with the little gold Vespa in front of it. And let me see, am I missing comments? Yes, Skippy was definitely Australian TV, Dawn. I used to live not far, probably about, within 10 kilometres, I'd say. It's a lovely gum tree there of the park that Skippy actually lived at. And here we have a beautiful old manor house that's undergoing some work. There's a car coming out of a driveway here. I'm just going to try and make sure he sees me. And another grand old home. Doesn't look like those gates get used. Right, now I'm hoping that this is not a very steep hill that I now have to suddenly go down. I've seen the inside of some terrace houses, redone. Oh yeah, redone terrace houses. They're amazing. They're surprisingly spacious. When you look at them from the outside, they seem quite small, but they're actually surprisingly spacious. All right, there's a sign over here for something. Let's see what this is about. Church Walk Park. Oh, I wonder if it's better for me to go down that way. A hidden oasis in the heart of Newcastle CBD. This looks like it might be the way to go. I might go down this way instead of the way that I had planned down through the street. So it's just describing some of the plants that are here. Let's go. I can smell a really strong orange jasmine. Really strong scent on that bush there. We won't take the stairs. We'll go down this way instead. Well, this is a bit of a surprise find. Hope Richard's not trying to follow me because he was going to bring the car down. All right, now how dramatic is the slope on this going to be? This is a bit like going through Wendy Whiteley's secret garden in Sydney. And we have these old apartments alongside. Okay, we do a zigzag. This is how hills should be negotiated. It's quite dark in here, isn't it? There's something on a pedestal here. It looks like a frog. A little frog. And we're aiming to be down there. This would be pretty when the sun's out. It's actually a little bit gloomy with the cloud cover today and all the shade. But there's a bird box up there. We need a skateboard for this, says Tish. Looks a bit steep for wheelchairs though. Yeah, it's still quite steep, Dawn. You'd need to have really good brakes, brake control. It's pretty steep. The route that I was going to take would have taken us past a synagogue, so we have made a sacrifice to come this way, sadly. But as with most synagogues, I imagine that its beauty lies on the inside. The outside of the building is fairly nondescript. So it's not like we've missed something really dramatic. It's a beautiful, beautiful Sydney red gum, I think, there. It's called the Angophora. And then another one over here with another bird box attached to it. And we can hear so many rainbow lorikeets. All right, how many more zigs do we have to zag? Bear with me. While Puri says, Dawn, agree, here, especially in the 1950s to 80s, hardly any history left in Helsinki. Squeaky bird, Tish says, get oil. And it's just very frustrating that we never get to see them. We always hear them, but they hide so well. And we're literally being shaded by, I think these are camphor laurels. Huge spreading limbs. Oh, I know where we are. This way we get to see another mural. I'm not going to I won't backtrack for it, but we'll be able to see it from here, from up at this level here, just across the road. And let me see. So you might be able to see that there is an outline of a face over there. We have seen one of that artist's murals once before, over by the museum, where the camel sculpture is, for those who remember that particular tour. And then, oh, is it here? Somewhere along here. Is it still there? There's an axe throwing place somewhere along here. That's a brewery. So we've got the Foghorn Brew House over there. Somewhere along this road there's an axe throwing place. I looked up the prices. It's a little bit expensive. It's only 30 minutes. So I don't think we'll be doing anything there. Okay, we've hit ground level. We're down the bottom. You want to put butter on the birds, do you, Dawn? On the squeaky birds? Okay, I think I'm safe to walk down this road. Let's cross over here. And that's looking back up at that park that we just walked through. I wouldn't have thought that this road was two-way, so I don't know what this guy's doing. We're literally, basically at the Newcastle City Centre now. So just along there a little way is the town hall, the civic hall, where the clock tower is. And alongside that is part of the university, that round building. And there's also theatre space in this area as well. And then across the road here we have a beautiful park with another war memorial in the centre of it and a lovely fountain. We'll visit that another time. What's this comment here? Russian embassy was in a historically restored building. Russian bombs destroyed it to the ground, along with some more blocks back in the 1930s. That's really sad, Walpuri. Okay. So I know this tour hasn't had the wow factor that that we normally try to achieve. Newcastle squash. Do people still play squash? This is an interesting building. I wonder what that is. Coffee shop? But I'm really just trying to get you acquainted with Newcastle as I get to know it better as well. So we'll keep exploring. I'll keep finding things for us to look at. But in the meantime, across the road here is the Newcastle Art Gallery, and that's undergoing renovation right now. So I'll be keeping an eye on that, and also keeping an eye on whether we'll be able to stream from inside there once it is completed. And the synagogue was just up there on our left. I think it's just up there behind that fence with the cream tops. Oh yeah, I see the top of it. I don't know if you can see. There's a dome top building just there, and that is the synagogue. Lynn says bombs are always a mistake. I couldn't agree more. What is the obelisk? Laurie, we started a tour at the obelisk a couple of weeks ago, and it overlooks the sea. It was a marker point for navigation back in the early days, and now it's just a lovely park. The obelisk is still there, but I will do another tour from there at some point. It's a wonderful place to see the sunrise from. So I've actually done tours from there a couple of times now. It's a great starting point. One time I walked down to the Bogey Hole, and the other time I walked down to Newcastle Ocean Baths. Okay, King's Own Institute. I have no idea what that is. Sounds like a school or an education facility of some sort. So we're just about to hit the cafe strip. Once we hit these lights up here, we'll be in the cafe part of town. And Richard and I are going to look for somewhere to have breakfast this morning. We're going to treat ourselves to breakfast out, something we rarely do. But, he needs to catch a train, and I need to go home and wait for our lounge to be changed over. Woohoo! For those who know the story behind the lounge, we managed to convince the furniture store to exchange it for us, which is great. Okay, so where the best place to this one is from here. Says, where's Richard going? Richard's going to visit line. This tactic is not working with me. Yes, the lounge is being changed. Sound is out. Can anyone else hear me? Sound is out. Oh, really? All right. Let's move away from this spot there. There's absolutely zero now back to now. He says London Peak State. This is disappointing, isn't it? Let's keep moving then. We are literally a kilometre from the centre of the city. There is no reason for there to be unreliable signal in this area. I'll keep trying. All right, we'll keep walking. It'll solve. Other than that, there's nothing I can do. Just keep trying. We have some nice boutiques. So this is called Blackbird Corner. We have really cool items such as all an Australian theme, and then we have the Cook Bar and the pie depicted in those masks there. The intersection seems to be bad pile-wise. Oh, I don't know if it's not typical electrical wires. That's the strip pole there for the lights. I really miss Hago's signal testing that they had. We could go out and test showing the signal live, and it worked well. How's it now? Wings and tins. They sells chicken wings and beer. That's chicken and beer. So over here we have this headphones, the headphone project. To activate music, walk between the headphones. Oh, okay. Nothing happening. Radio interference from somewhere nearby. Okay, the music's not working. Look at this. Here we have looks to me like Bob Hawke, one of our former prime ministers. She says, while pointing at his swimwear. No, I didn't do that. His face. If we look up there, we can see. It looks to me like Hawke. And what's he got? Racing coat. He's holding a newspaper. Holding a newspaper. The Racing Post. Could just be an elderly gentleman. He does look like Bob, former Prime Minister. And obviously down at the beach wearing his Aussie swimsuit. And he's been catching all Evian seagulls. Here we go. Is that Cynthia? Grab that one as well. Add to the seagull collection. I don't like where the screen froze. Oh no. Okay. Oh, maybe it'll come back. Come on, stream, work for me. I'll Pegasus instead. The screen froze on the gentleman's swimwear. Is that correct? Sorry. I had nothing to do with it. Okay. Hopefully things get solved. Terrible to do about it. I really don't know what to do about it. We're in a city, kind of. We're still called Hey Tilly. Dear, yeah. Done. I'll be back. Are we back? The Vietnamese called Viet King, authentic Vietnamese cuisine. And then across the road we have Darby Raj. Treasure, authentic Indian cuisine. Kebabs. It's a kebab shop. He's getting ready to set up his kebabs. Oh, thank God, Puri. Rogers Corner. Oh, I think there might be something in this car park. Hold on a moment. We'll cross the road in a second. Just want to have a look at this little corner here. So here we can sit down. We can sit down and have a seat. We've got the VIP area, seat VIP area, and then instructions to tango. Dance the tango with me. Okay, so I guess the blue is the woman, smaller size feet. The brown is the man, and that's how you dance the tango. But we could sit there and have a selfie, eating a big burger, drinking a red wine. Is there anything on the back? And then there's that mural over there. I recognise that style, so I think I know who the artist is for that. I don't know the name, which is unfortunate. But I have a feeling that there's something in this car park over here. So let's have a look over there. We had coffee here a couple of weeks ago. It was very nice. Ah, yes, I remember now. And on the wall here we have this beautiful owl. And it looks like there's another bird with maybe a snake in its claws. I'm not sure. And then over the back here, I haven't quite figured out how to interpret this. It's a bit of a mishmash. We have like a panther, a couple of women's faces. There's a comical cartoon style. Is it a fox over there? So far we've seen a hot dog and a hamburger. It says Money Lynn. Okay. And I'm aiming for the final mural on this tour is just up and around the corner. It's a 5-minute walk from here. So I'll head up there in a moment. Just want to check out a laneway first before I do that. So as you can see, there's quite a few cafes along here. We have the out into the sort of seating along the side here. Sorry, I'm nearly bowled over a bloke running past. Beach burrito honey. This is the mural that I said I recognise the style. This cafe here has a lovely garden area. We had coffee here the other day, and it opens out to this laneway, which is really interesting. I think it'd be lovely at night. It looks like it's lit up, so it's here. It looks like it has lighting strips as part of the artwork. And we have, is that Jesus drinking coffee? Laurie, I just got a notification from you. You sent a video. Is that part of my tour? Yeah, Thanks, Laurie. I will go back and have a look at it as well on YouTube. It says, "Love is love." And then this here in the Aboriginal colours, the colours of the Aboriginal flag, is about the Butterfly Cave, which is a women's birthing place somewhere. So that was in danger of being lost due to residential development. And this says, "It hits you, you feel no pain. One good thing about music, when it hits you, you feel no pain." That's that one there. Okay. So how are we doing? Are we still getting some? Are we still getting anything? Got a rainbow fence here. I'm so sorry for all the problems that we're having lately on the last few of my tours. It's really disappointing. This is a lovely laneway. We've got people obviously love it. They take care of their plants along here. There's butterflies. Thanks, Laurie. I'll check it out. And we have this wall planter, and it says, "Loving kindness anytime." Our beautiful lane. Really pretty. So that's not just your average laneway, it's actually being loved, and it's got fairy lights up above it as well. So it would be really pretty. Okay, so one last mural. How long have I been going? Almost an hour. We've got some old terrace houses along here. Along with an old workers' cottage as well. But just up ahead and around to the left is where I'm headed. We're going to see our local artist, Jordan Lucky, has a fairly recent artwork mural just around the corner. So you just don't want to be stuck on the speedos, huh? Is that it? You're okay to be stuck, just not on the speedos. All right, so now we are in Bull Street, and Jordan Lucky has taken inspiration for his mural from the name of the street. And we just need to walk past a couple of these workers' cottages first before we come to his artwork. And these definitely would have been low rent back in the early days, but now these would be desirable investments. And look at this, Melaleuca, look at this tree, the paper bark. Just magnificent. Sheets of bark on the ground. You can use those for painting. Anyone who's an artist, look at this. Grab off reams of art material Okay, so here we have the kookaburra. I'll just let these people go past first. Oh, there's the rainbow lorikeet right above us. They're having a bath. They're having a bath in the drain, in the look at them up there. Can you see them? They're having a bath up there. All right, so we have the kookaburra. I can see one's wearing a shower cap, Tish says. And here we have the bull. So yes, we're on the corner of Bull Street. And this place, this artwork is called Corner of Bull Street. But this is beautiful. Look at this. Okay, do we have the signal back now? Can we all get a postcard of that? You want to see the Southern Cross? Oh, that's yeah. That's definitely a feature. My picture is clearing up now. I'm glad, Dawn. Okay, and can we see them from... Oh, did you say can we see them from across the road? Yeah, let's do that. So, yeah, we've got the fairy wren up on the top right, the kookaburra, and the bull. So, across the road. Oh, look who's here. It's a nice park across the road. That's a bit too far away, isn't it? We'll wait till this car goes and I'll get a little bit closer, Dawn. Now, we need to get a bit closer. Okay, let me see. Because it's a lovely old house as well. But it's got that telegraph pole in the way, which is a bit of a pain. We're lucky that this is a street that doesn't have too much traffic. Okay, I'll just walk closer. We'll walk back across the road and you can grab postcards as I go. How's that? All right. Okay, so that's basically it, guys. All right, so I'll head back down to Derby Street. I think there may have been one that I missed, but I'm not absolutely certain where it is. But while we're here, just one bit I missed on this side, this mural as well, is that tree hollow, tree hollows are so important for our birds. So there's a bird up there. There's two birds up there. Oh, you know what I think they are? So just above where that cut branch is, there's two birds. Do you see? I think they're tawny frogmouths, which it's a real pity I can't zoom in on this app, but I think they're tawny frogmouths up there.
Right.
Do you see them?
Yes. There's a lot of owls around Cooks Hill.
It's the first time I've ever actually seen them not in a zoo.
Oh, look.
Aren't they gorgeous?
Yeah, they are gorgeous.
So there you go, guys. That's a real treat. That's a real treat. You might have to take a postcard and zoom in on that later. Try and zoom in if you can. But there you go, two tawny frogmouths. That's a real treat. Can we see them from a better angle? I don't think so. That was the best we were going to get. They're so quiet and cute and adorable. Okay. Did anyone see those? Love all of these murals. Thank you, Lynn. A bit of tech trouble is okay, says Ronnie Lynn. Thank you, Ronnie Lynn. Can't make them out, says Dawn. Sorry about that, Dawn. Can you try and take a photo, Richard, and zoom in on it if you can, and we'll share that. So I've asked Richard to take a photo, and we'll see if we can make it out any better on the photo that he takes, and share it on the group later. They did look like two fairly indistinct grey fluff balls. That's all we could really tell ourselves with the naked eye, but it's just a treat to see them because they're such adorable birds. They're not owls. I know the lady said we've been seeing a few owls around Cooks Hill lately. They're not actually owls, they're nightjars. Frogmouth, yes, tawny, like the port, Tawny, tawny frogmouth. Now they have that sort of really wide, I guess it looks owl-like. Yeah, a wide mouth, a wide beak. All right, so we've gone just over an hour. I was hoping to see one last mural, but I seem to have missed it. So what I'll do is I'll cross the road, finish up at a little park. There's quite a delightful little park just across the road here. And I'll take you over there and we'll finish up there. Just need to find somewhere that I can safely cross to get to it. This is quite lovely as well, this cafe here. I'm standing in the middle of the road again. I tend to do that, don't I? So there's a flower shop right here. And then this cafe has this gorgeous upstairs eating area on the veranda, which we'll see better from across the road, which I can do now. So yeah, that's that cafe there. And we have this delightful little park, little corner park just here. It looks like a little community garden. It is. It's a community garden. Look at that. Next community day, Sunday, 8 a.m. And they list the tasks that they want done. There's nothing there at the moment, but they list the task. What have we got? We've got a pawpaw tree with some young pawpaw fruit coming out on it. Look at that. The smell of the jasmine, it's heady. What else have we got here? This looks like taro. This is probably, I don't know, is that ginger? And we've got some sort of a pumpkin, zucchini, squash, something like that here. What a lovely little community garden. How nice this is. Okay, all right. And Sarah says, I'm Googling them later. Is that the tawny frogmouth? Okay, I'm so sorry I missed out on all your chat. I should take a screenshot of this so that you can see what I'm talking about, what my screen looks like. Yep, done. I'm going to share that later to show you what I mean when I say that my screen is so cluttered that I'm just not seeing your comments at all. I'll share that with you in the Facebook group. It's a very, very happy looking lavender here. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera around and finish up, and I think we're going to have, looks like Rich is going into that cafe, getting us a seat. So I'll go across the road and we'll have breakfast over there in a moment. But there we go. So we're going to there, over there across the road. It's called Lola's. That's where we're heading in a minute. We'll go over there and have some coffee and breakfast. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. Sorry about all the tech issues. I don't know what's going on. You'd think in a city like Newcastle we should be able to get a reliable signal, but apparently not. Anyway, I'll see you again shortly. I've got a few more things that I want to schedule. If I don't see you beforehand, happy Easter, everybody. Keep an eye on the calendar. I've listed a few services. So there's one from St Mary's Cathedral in Sydney that I've listed, and there's a couple from Westminster Abbey. So if you'd like to see services for Easter, I've listed a couple on the calendar for you. Keep an eye out. Okay, everyone, thank you so much, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.